Welcome to Living a Sustainable Dream. My name is Mark, and this is the 10th anniversary edition to our channel. I can't believe that we've been around for 10 years on YouTube. Yeah, a little bit longer maybe, but here we are. This is our solar panel system, and it is still doing really well after we moved in 2011, got it set up in summer of 2012. We got our antennas up there for our radio. They're doing very well as well as we can make contacts on the J-pole right there to our local area nets, and have had a lot of fun with the local amateur radio club in the area, just learning new things with the radio. And let me just take you on a 10th anniversary tour. I thought it would be kind of fun to film this on my iPod Nano 4th gen as a way to just kind of make a tribute to where we came from. Like, the very first video was filmed with a iPod Nano. So here is our temporary fix on the Starlink. So we got Starlink this last winter, and I haven't figured out where I want to hook it up, and I'll explain why in a minute. But it's just sitting there, and this is the way it's been through the snow, storms, all that. Worked fine. Worked great. We used to have internet up here, right up there, and that was a dish that pointed towards the mountain. And I don't know if you can see the mountain over there. This is an iPod Nano, so it's not real good on the focus. But the trees grew up on the neighbor's property, and he didn't want me to cut them down. And I kind of understand that. So I called up the internet company and said, hey, my broadband's not working. Is there any way you guys can do something to make this work? Is there a way to... And they told me, go buy Starlink. And I went, are you kidding me? Nope, go to Starlink. And so they just didn't want to deal with us anymore after being customers with them for over 11 years. But there's Starlink. It's working great. So this tire facility is supposed to be a root cellar eventually. And what happened is the trees took it over, and I just never got to it. There's just so many things to do on the property, so I'm not sure what I want to do with this. Carissa wants me to bulldoze it. I kind of want to bulldoze it, but part of me said, man, that was a lot of work to build that. Maybe I'll finish it off. I don't know. Garden hasn't started yet. The chickens have been in there. They're turning things up, getting it ready. And you can see a couple chickens over there in the corner. We really like the buff Orpingtons. Great layers. Just a really peaceful bird to have in the coop too. And there's our little rooster. I don't know if you can see the rooster over there. But he's a Americana. There he is right there. So, just very peaceful. Got our lavender already growing. We have some raspberries about to come online here, so looking forward to that. Let me go ahead and take you to the orchard real quick. And since I'm here at the tractor shed, this is our Coyote 3510K or CK 3510 tractor, and we love this tractor, and we've had this for over 7 years on the Homestead, and it has done amazing. My wife and I totally rely on this tractor. We use the bucket. I got forks. We use it to lift heavy objects around the property. I have a thumb that I'm going to be fixing on there. The thumb is not working, but I'll repair that. But this has been such an asset. If you're a brand new homesteader, start with the tractor. The tractor, I'll tell you what the tractor did for us. But we also have back here the generator, and that's our generator on the PTO. And I did a video on that a long time ago. It's still working great. So, best generator ever, this Winco. It produces 15 kilowatts of power. It does a great job. So, all right. There's our Derelict Cabin. There's another implement. I use for repairing the ground, smoothing, ripping, getting ready. Now we're still in March, and in North Idaho, March is still winter up here. The fact that we're getting an early reprieve is pretty neat this year. But when we first moved up here, I remember there was snow about a foot, 4 feet off the ground, and we were like, okay, can we build our new house out here? And nope. We had to wait until April, mid-April, for the snow to finally get low enough to where you can even drive back here. This is the orchard. It's in pretty sad shape. We're gonna have to move the strawberries. They've run their course right there in that soil. We need to mend the soil, but we're gonna move them out. The best thing in this orchard is the blueberries, and the blueberries are doing great. And they're coming online and really starting to be producers. This apple tree is the only apple tree that produced last year, and our apple trees are not doing well. And our peach trees, we've lost them all. So we're gonna have to redo our fruit trees, and we planted some already in the orchard. This here is a Saskatoon bush, and also known as a serviceberry or Juneberry. And this thing produces naturally all across my property. And the berries are really healthy. They have some really good properties for the human body and digestion. And just research Saskatoon berries, and you'll get a lot of research on that. We make a Saskatoon berry jam out of these since they're prolific on the property, and it really turns out nice. My wife's really got a good recipe for that. I also put a video up for that. So if you go into our videos and you search the videos that we've produced and type that in, you'll find it. You can find our tractor, you can search for generator, you can search for pump house, all that kind of stuff. Which that there is the pressure tank we used to have. It's huge, and I thought bigger is better, and that's not the case. So we went with really a small pressure tank, put it into the pump house that my wife built with some friends of ours, and that's been great. Woodshed is doing great. We have a video on that as well. It's still holding its own. The electric log splitter is it needs a little bit of repair, but I'm going to get on that and do that as well. This here is the shop, and for you that are on YouTube, this is a huge change. The last videos I posted was putting the walls up, and my wife and I put those 16-foot walls up by ourselves. And you can do a search for that and look into those videos as well. It's pretty sweet how we're able to do that. I'll walk you in there. This is the plow truck, and the plow truck is now down. It will not start anymore, and I'm pretty sure it's electrical. So I got the wiring harness. I'm going to rewire the whole thing from the headlights all the way to the taillights, to the ignition system, to the alternator, to the starter. Everything is going to be renewed, and I should get that thing purring like a kitten. Gee, next winter for plow season. So here's inside the shop. I just put a 6-strip with a line that goes to the house, and I can power this up, and this is pretty good. I mean, I got some stuff storing in here. I got my backup generator. I got my snow plow. I got Chris's car that got wrecked. I'm going to be parting that out for the other car she has. And just we're working on some storage stuff in here. I got some tools I've been implementing and putting in here and working on this. And so I need to clean this up and get it ready for building again. And I've been charging batteries and so forth. So it's starting to become a usable shop, which has been nice. So this is upstairs, and I built that wall this Christmas break, and I put a decking on it. I still need to finish off the decking. I ran out of wood, And being that my plow truck is not working, I couldn't go get more sheets. So I'm waiting on finishing this, but if you look down, it's about a 12-foot drop from here, from the top of this truss down, or floor joist down. And I'm going to put an auto lift in there. And that auto lift will be able to raise the car up into the second story deck, and I can work on it inside here, and I'll seal that all off. So that's the plan for that. That's why I built that. But we're also trying to figure out how to cut the space up here and put the shop to the best use possible. This area here is going to be my my lab, where I'll do a lot of the electronic stuff that I plan to work on. And so this will be more of my planning and designing lab here. And then Krista has her craft corner over here. This is going to be a whole room for just her crafts. And she is a really big crafter. I'm more of a tinkerer slash inventor and having some fun over here. So it's going to go over. She's doing crafts. I'm doing crafts. It's actually pretty cool. So, and there's out the windows, just nice views. And then this is the Derelict Cabin, which I hope to have the shop done so I can start taking this apart and just dismantling it, and then cutting up the logs there into rounds and throwing it into my wood stove. So that's planning to get rid of Derelict. That was on the property when we first moved here. That was the actual homestead. So that's the shot from the outside. It really is turning out to be a beautiful day. The sun's really working. I got the well pump running now and storing into the cistern. So it's been good. There we go. See if I can get into camera there. As far as posting and so forth, it has been a real struggle. And any of you guys that have been with us this long, some of you guys are aware that we adopted a son 10 years ago, and that has been a super challenge, and he's turning 18, and it's time for him to move on, and we're getting that prepared for him. We're trying to look at his options and so forth. But if you know of just adopting from the foster care system and so forth, it's not easy. I'm a teacher of 24 years. My wife is a social worker who worked with child protection. Her parents did foster care. And let's just say it has been a challenge for us like you wouldn't believe. So we're trying to help launch our son in the best way possible so that he's prepared for life and what's coming. It's just really hard to teach somebody that doesn't want to learn anything from you. Everything you see here, he has no interest in whatsoever. He doesn't care about the homestead, doesn't care about the shop. I've asked him to help me on things in the shop, and I really don't get much help from him. More of, let's just say more of an argument on even asking. So I just stopped asking. There's so much he could learn, and I want to teach him, but yeah, that's what it is. So as far as doing videos, it's been kind of focusing on getting our son ready for graduation, keeping up on that, helping him prepare for life, having him get a job, and just, there's lots of things that have been just family focused. But I hope that, once he has his own place, his own apartment, and his own life, that I can get back to mine and kind of start doing some of the fun stuff I really like doing. I really like video editing and creating all these, inventions and working on different homestead projects. And I got so much I got to do. Like I I have my old PT Cruiser that was taken out by a deer. I need to pull the parts off of that and use those parts for my other PT that I have. I got an old plow truck that blew or threw an engine rod. You guys saw the video on that with that plow truck. And is it worth having a snow plow or not? So I would love to repair that, get that back into service, and get the other one more as a collector. I got another truck there. It's a 68 Chevy. I love that truck. It'd be great for just kind of hot rodding out and so forth. I have a sailboat. I want to get back into sailing. I love sailing, and I would love to get back into sailing. So there's just so much in my life that I've put on hold when you're raising a kid that is just really trying to, this probably isn't the right place to put this, but just that it has a lot of needs. There we go. A lot of needs. So my wife and I are gearing up for spring. We're going to hopefully put lean-tos on both sides of the shop. I'm going to probably cut down trees on my own property, some lodgepole pine, and gearing that up to be my posts and beams for my lean-tos are going to go up on the sides there. And so I'm taking measurements, I'm calculating what I want to do. I'm looking at trees on my property that would be good in diameter for that. So it's just living on the homestead is, there's always something that needs to be done. Always. And I love it. I love working on the property. I love working at my job. My wife and I have a good, strong relationship. We're a good team. And we're really gearing up to do some really cool homestead projects like we used to. We need to rebuild the chicken coop. The chicken coop was originally built by the people that built that. I don't know if you can see the architectural similarities here between the building designs versus the architecture of that, which we built, and that. And then we've hired out and contracted people to do our second story. I hired and contracted people to do the roof on the shop. And we had friends that helped us on this here. So it's not like we're Han Solo and Princess Leia out here doing all the work ourselves. We do have some people that come in and help at key elements to get us through the projects. These are the apple trees we moved up here. We got new apple trees up here, and we're hoping to get more fruit and improving our chicken coop situation. So that is our 10-year anniversary, kind of letting you guys know what we've been up to. It's been a while since we posted. I'd like to post more in the future, but I'll be honest with you, YouTube isn't the same. It just isn't. And let me just take a few minutes and explain that. So YouTube is really pushing the AI, and AI, it's, as a teacher and now going into the IT profession, it's pretty amazing what AI can do and what it can do for the classroom, what it can do for students, what it can do for me. I could go in and say, you know what, I'd like to know how much concrete. I could give an AI the equation, like all the information that I have, and it would solve how many cubic feet of concrete I need for those footers for the posts on the shop. Okay, so there's a lot of cool things you can do with it. But people are also using it to create videos. They're using it to do voiceover on videos, if you notice, because they can pump out more content. The more content you put on YouTube, the more popular your channel becomes, and the algorithm likes that and pulls you in because it can do ad revenue on your channel. So that's kind of where YouTube is. And for any one of us that's still out there on the homestead community that doesn't have a big following, or we're a small channel with 10,000 or less subs, if you're not putting out content, it's really hard to get noticed unless you put something that's like, clickbait or whatnot. I've chosen not to do that path. I've chosen to not play the game, and it shows in the algorithm. So you 100 people or less that are seeing this video, that's why when you look at the people that viewed it, that's why it's so low. It's discouraging, but if you like the idea of creating videos, and like I do, and you find it fun, you just kind of do it for yourself. There's really no money in it. It's just more of a hobby. And so I like to do it as a hobby. But there's a lot of projects I just can't film because it just slows down the project and you want to get it done. So just, there's just things like that. It's easier to do like a vlog and just say, hey, look what I did. Look what I'm doing. Look how this is working for us. It's easier to do that than to set up the cameras and the lights and show how I'm fixing something. However, those are the videos that get the most views. These are the ones that do not, except for the walls. You should look at how I put up the walls. Not many videos, or not many views on how I put up those walls. And I even gave a warning on the first one and so forth, but here and there. I can't figure this stuff out. That's our homestead, and we love it. And we've been here since 2011. Moved here in the area in 2010. Bought our place in 2010. I've been building on it since 11, and we love it. So thanks for joining us at Living a Sustainable Dream, and please like and subscribe. It always helps with the algorithm. And we just appreciate those of you that have stayed around. We consider you all family and friends that are still looking for our posts. So thank you guys for being with us on this 10-year journey. Thank you for understanding what it's like to be a parent in these times. And we just appreciate each and every one of you.